What if love didn't begin with kindness, but with revenge? Turkish dramas have a powerful way of turning dark intentions into deeply emotional love stories that you don't see coming. Sometimes it starts with a plan to hurt someone, to take revenge for the past, or to settle a score that was never meant to involve emotions. But as time passes, those same feelings of anger slowly begin to change into something unexpected. The lines between revenge and love start to blur, and what was once fake or calculated begins to feel real. And honestly, that's what makes these stories so intense. You know it's all built on pain, yet you can't help rooting for the love to win. In this list, we're diving into Turkish dramas where revenge brings two people together in the most unexpected way. These are the kind of stories that start with hate, but slowly turn into something much deeper and emotional. On number 10 we have Doktor, Başka Hayata. Honestly, this drama starts in a way you wouldn't expect from a love story. It begins with pain, loss, and a quiet desire for revenge that slowly shapes the main character's actions. At first, everything feels controlled and calculated, like every move has a purpose. But then, an unexpected connection enters his life and starts changing that mindset. The relationship doesn't grow instantly. It builds through tension, silence, and emotional moments. You can feel the inner conflict between revenge and something softer. The chemistry develops in a very subtle way. It's not loud, but it's definitely there. And slowly, you realize that love is starting to replace anger. It shows how even the coldest intentions can change, and that transformation feels very real and powerful. On number 9 we have Sun Care. This one feels more emotional and personal from the very beginning. The story revolves around a character who is driven by past pain and a need to make things right. Revenge is the starting point, but it doesn't stay that simple. As new people come into the picture, especially the female lead, everything begins to shift. Their connection grows quietly, without forcing anything. You can feel how emotions slowly start interfering with the original plan. The tension between what they feel and what they planned keeps building. It's soft, but still intense. The love story feels unexpected but natural, and that's what makes it so engaging. It reminds you that feelings don't always follow plans. On number 8 we have Rüya Gibi. This drama blends revenge with a more emotional and almost dream-like love story. It starts with a clear intention to settle the past, but things become complicated very quickly. The main characters find themselves drawn to each other in ways they didn't plan. Their connection feels confusing at first, almost like they don't understand it themselves. But that confusion slowly turns into something real. The storytelling is soft, yet filled with emotional tension. You can feel the struggle between holding on to anger and letting go. Their chemistry grows in a quiet but noticeable way. It's not dramatic, but it stays with you. And that emotional shift is what makes the story so interesting. It shows how love can change even the strongest emotions. On number 7 we have Sakıncali. This one takes a slightly darker approach to the revenge theme. The story begins with a strong motive, and everything feels intense right from the start. The main character is fully focused on their goal, with no room for emotions. But as the story progresses, an unexpected relationship begins to form. What makes it interesting is how reluctant that connection feels at first. There's resistance, hesitation, and a lot of emotional conflict. But slowly, those walls begin to break down. The chemistry builds through tension rather than softness. It's raw and a bit unpredictable. You never know when emotions will take over, and that's what keeps you hooked. It proves that even the strongest walls can fall. On number 6 we have Aynadaki Yabansi. This drama brings a more psychological layer to the revenge and love storyline. The main character is dealing with inner struggles while also holding onto a plan for revenge. Everything feels complex, almost like there are multiple sides to the same person. Then comes a connection that starts to challenge those emotions. The relationship feels intense, but also very emotional. You can see how love begins to question the need for revenge. The storytelling is deep and a bit mysterious. It keeps you thinking about what's real and what's not. The chemistry feels strong but complicated, and that complexity makes it more engaging. It shows how love can reflect parts of ourselves we try to hide, and that's what makes it stand out. On number 5 we have Senatin Kokakları. This drama starts with a strong emotional base, where past pain and injustice push the characters toward revenge. At first, everything feels driven by anger and unresolved emotions. But as the story moves forward, an unexpected connection begins to form. The relationship doesn't feel easy. It's complicated and full of inner conflict. You can see how both characters struggle between holding on to the past and accepting new feelings. The chemistry builds slowly through emotional moments and shared experiences. It feels raw, not perfect, and that's what makes it believable. You start noticing how revenge slowly loses its importance, and love begins to take its place. It's a quiet but powerful transformation. On number 4 we have El Sadeti. This one mixes family dynamics with a deeper revenge storyline. The characters are connected through past events that slowly come to light. At first, relationships feel forced and filled with tension, but over time, those same connections begin to change. The love story here grows in the middle of emotional chaos. What makes it interesting is how natural that shift feels. You can see how understanding replaces anger step by step. The chemistry develops through everyday interactions. It's not dramatic, but it feels real. And slowly, the idea of revenge starts fading. It shows how relationships can heal even the deepest wounds, and that emotional growth is what makes it stand out. On number 3 we have El Turco. This drama brings a more intense and layered approach to love and revenge. The story begins with strong motives and a clear sense of purpose, but everything changes when the characters cross paths in an unexpected way. Their relationship starts with tension, almost like they are on opposite sides, but slowly, that tension turns into understanding. The emotional depth here is very strong. You can feel how both characters are affected by their past. The chemistry builds through conflict and shared struggles. It's not soft, it's intense and powerful, and that's what makes it so engaging. Love here doesn't erase revenge, but it changes its meaning, and that shift feels very real. On number 2 we have Bir Zamanlar Istanbul. This drama feels deeply emotional and rooted in the past. Revenge plays a major role in shaping the story from the beginning. The characters are driven by history, loss, and unfinished business, but then comes a connection that slowly changes everything. The love story develops in a very natural and emotional way. You can see how feelings begin to challenge old beliefs. The chemistry feels strong but also very grounded. It's not rushed, it builds over time, and that makes every moment feel more meaningful. Slowly, revenge becomes less important than the present, and love starts to feel like a new beginning. On number 1 we have Kardelenler. Honestly, this drama perfectly captures how revenge can turn into something completely unexpected. It starts with a clear intention, pain from the past that needs to be answered, but as the story unfolds, everything begins to shift. The connection between the leads feels natural, even when it shouldn't. There's tension, hesitation, and a constant emotional struggle, but that's what makes it feel real. You can see how love slowly replaces anger without forcing it. The chemistry is strong and very emotional. Every scene carries weight. It's not just about revenge anymore, it becomes about understanding and healing, and that's why it takes the top spot. So these were the Turkish dramas where love begins with revenge but slowly turns into something much deeper. Which one of these stories stood out to you the most? Or is there a drama you think should be on this list? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoy these kinds of emotional and intense love stories, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more recommendations like this.